So welcome back, everyone. We're live on Facebook, so hi to everybody out there. Like us and follow us. We're kind of doing this business thing here. It's Monday, business day. I have with me Korey Bahme, and she's the owner and managing attorney of BAHME Law. Welcome back to the show. You've been on before. I first want to talk about, you're an attorney and why it's important for a business person to have an attorney.
Yes, so I am a business attorney, so we do all things business related, everything from formation up to and including litigation. It's extremely important to have an attorney, whether or not that's someone that is an ongoing relationship or a one-time review of all of your contracts, and to kind of help you understand what an attorney can help you with and what legal consequences your business might face or what may come at you.
You never know.
You don't.
You were on the last time. I'm telling you right now, I've been in business for a long time, and out of the blue, one little thing, and especially when we're looking at the world that we live in today, something came up, and nothing happened. It was okay. It turned out to be okay, but it can happen to anybody, any size business. Even we were talking about solopreneurs. You just never know when you might need an attorney.
And that's absolutely true. And I feel like the good thing is to understand what business attorneys offer free consultations. Whether or not you have an attorney on retainer, it's good to build that relationship for those moments where when something arises, you can give an attorney a call and say, something came up, can you talk really quickly? And they can understand whether or not and get that peace of mind of how much risk that business faces.
It's so important to make sure that you do have an attorney just in case.
Yeah.
So put the number in your phone if you own a business, right? And you do free consultations?
I do, yes,
Yeah.
all the time.
And you are statewide,
I
correct?
am, yes.
Yeah.
I'm actually a virtual office as well. So it's funny that you had that credit union.
It's just that way today.
It is. Business owners also value it. I feel, again, like they said, time is money, especially these small business owners. Even the mid-sized business owners, they're still in the business 24/7, managing it, doing everything, putting out the fires, doing the admin. And they have, you start out small and you start growing, and it's hard to let go, and it's hard to give some of the services to HR, to hire someone else and say, okay, you can take the reins on this now. And so a lot of the business owners, they would rather me go to their businesses or to meet them for coffee and get out of the office, and so that's often what we do. So there's no point in me having that overhead when I'm always going to them or having a quick phone call or video visit.
So the phone number to put in your phone is 602-806-7182. The website is BAHME, and that is spelled BAHME law.com. I do also want to talk about today, because you brought some questions in, so I want to go over some of these. And I love this, what you've got going here. So a lot of people, the business owners, will say it that way, think that lawyers are only when something goes wrong. How do you shift their minds with that?
A lot of the times I do that is through networking. I'm always out in the community. I am involved in a lot of networking organizations, and now I have a lot of times where clients will reach out to me and say, hey Korey, I'm going to this event. There's going to be a lot of business owners. I think you can really benefit from it. Will you join me? And so the way I've helped to shift their mindset is being top of mind. So they realize, oh, I don't have to call Korey when something's wrong, because they'll see me in the community and they'll talk about their business, and I'll say, oh, well, how about you give me a call and we'll talk on Monday? And they sort of realize over time that it's not just putting out the fires, it's whenever you're building or expanding, or you have a new idea, or you want to do something different, or you're talking about a partnership. There's all sorts of ways that you can talk to an attorney. Another thing that I really try to help with my business owners is being that resource for them. So when I talk to them, there have been times where I'm listening to their need, or they're talking about a problem. Oftentimes it usually involves insurance or financial advisors or CPAs. Typically I can spot a red flag pretty quickly, and I'll tell them, how about you call this person? I think they may be able to help you. All of the people I refer usually offer free consultations, and they'll sit down with the business owners to see whether or not they can add that value and be helpful and beneficial.
Well, number one, I think also just you as a person, I'm just getting to know you, but it looks to me and it sounds to me like you're a nurturer, right? kind of, it
I've
sounds
never been called that, but I think you're right,
It
yes.
sort of sounds like this,
Yes.
because that's what you're
Mhm.
doing, you're helping that's what makes you different,
Yes.
right there, is that you are helping them not only, with the things that might come up, which obviously that's perfect, for that you're there for them, but for those resources or things that they may not know. A lot of people, let's say talking about LLCs, let's say, they started a business, they never did it, maybe they should do something like that, and you kind of find out from them, and you can help them in so many different ways. It sounds like you like to talk to your clients and get to know them pretty well.
Absolutely, yes. I think that's the best way to be a benefit for them.
Right, and I will say this, a lot of people, because they think that attorneys it's all about getting the money, and it's really not always like that. You do free consultations and they can sit and talk to you. There's gonna be times when you just talk, but there's other times when you're so happy that you've got an attorney there that can help you and understand, if you're gonna listen to and talk to them too, is that you're helping them understand what's going on.
Absolutely, yes. I do think that attorneys have bad reputations, and there is a reason for it. I've heard horror stories from my clients. I've helped individuals try to get an attorney, or there are times where I can't help a client or a potential client, and I refer them to another law firm, and I feel sad for them because I can't always find them the attorney that is similar mindset as I am. However, in the last probably 6 months, I've been meeting more and more attorneys that are similar mindset as me. And so I'm seeing this shift in the legal field where a lot of people are realizing it's not all about the money and the greed. It can be, but if you really want to be an attorney that's happy with what they're doing and provide that value, it is really about helping the community and being that service.
I'm just gonna say, I think it's different with a business attorney as opposed to, let's say, a PI attorney. To me, you're completely different, and you really, anybody who owns a business really should be able to have an attorney that they can talk to, and because so many little things could come up. And also forming a business too, it's a good time to be, and doing it early too, to have that consultation with an attorney that can help you with those steps. I also want to talk a little bit, because a lot of times people do things now on their own and they go to Dr. Google, right? But there's so much information there, and there's almost too much information, and I bet when you talk to them, you can narrow it down so fast for them.
Definitely, and that is one of the compliments I get all the time. Because you can go out and you can form an entity by yourself, but it may not be the correct structure. People also say, oh, I'm going to get an S Corp. What they don't understand is you can still be an LLC, you're just taxed as an S Corp. So there's this different legal distinction that a lot of people are missing, and they don't understand the benefits and the harm of doing one over the other, or the different structures and things of that nature. And if you go online, and we always say this, you don't know what you don't know.
I always say that.
Yeah, and you can go online and you can learn a lot of information, but whether or not that's the information that you need for your business and your goals, you won't know that unless you talk to someone.
Absolutely. And so you can call her. Her phone number is 602-806-7182. She does do free consultations. She's basically virtual,
Yes.
right? Both ways. You could do it either way. You could sit and talk to her as well, maybe meet it for a coffee. Everybody's doing things so differently today.
Yes.
And, it makes, it's just a different world, and that's just the way it is. And by the way, everybody that might maybe kind of poo-poos it a little bit, once they do it, they love it.
Oh, absolutely. I think it takes the stress off too. And if you're in your same office space, or it's a shared office space or just your office, you're seeing the same thing all the time, and you're just kind of stuck in your little area. When you go out for a coffee or a lunch or a networking event, you're breaking up your day, and I feel like it's more enjoyable. You're meeting more people, you're getting out, you're getting the sun, you're walking, getting your steps in.
Well, you're right on that, I'll tell you that much. So how does trust come into all of this, and how much does it play a role in what we're talking about?
Trust is huge. A lot of business owners, when they first retain services, it's kind of hand in hand with them not knowing how to use an attorney. And it's really funny. A lot of my solopreneurs use me, in my opinion, better than my businesses that are mid-size to larger size. The mid to large size usually only call when there's a fire, my small ones will reach out for almost anything. At first they kind of, you know, they don't know exactly how to use me. They hire me on just for one little instance or one contract, and they just want to see how it goes. And then over time, as I be that resource and I give them advisors and all these people to connect with and to help build their business, they see that there's a lot more to it. And when a contract comes into play, they're like, oh, I don't have to just sign this, I can talk to Korey first.
Mhm.
Or when a dispute arises, oftentimes they were just handling it themselves. And I tell my business owners, I don't have to step in. Oftentimes when attorneys step in, it aggravates the situation and then everyone's nervous about it.
You can.
Mhm.
Well, you know what though? What's important is that you have an attorney that's there for you in case anything happens. And don't do it when something just comes up. You need to have one that you can talk to and be able to do that way in advance before anything happens. Her phone number is 602-806-7182. It's BAHME, BAHME law.com. Okay, we're gonna keep on going because we are live in the room.
Mhm.
Did I say everything correctly?
Absolutely.
Good, okay, just wanna
You were
make sure.
fantastic, yeah.
Oh, thank you. You know, it's interesting what you're talking about. I'm so dry, I don't know why.
I'm trying to get water too.
You know, when you talk about networking and getting out there and talking to people, you can do that right here.
Mhm.
You know, the seminars that you probably do, or if you talk about things or whatever, when you get into a group, you could literally go more even narrow and deeper onto little subjects and, you know, for helping people out there that are starting up as new startups or, you know, hustlers. I don't know that they would need you or something like that, but really, there's a lot of people, this is a business station.
Oh,
You know,
absolutely, yeah.
yeah.
Well, even like the hustlers, I have a lot like that or like that as well, and usually I help with their service contracts. So those are situations where I just help them build a business in the beginning, and that's sort of all they need.
Mhm.
And then they'll just call if something else happens.
I wanted to ask you about that. I don't mean to cut you
No.
off there, but one of the things that I wanted to ask you is, when you work with somebody, are you on as like a retainer type of thing, where you're there hovering over here, you know, and then when they need you, they just come to you? Or do they do it where if something happens?
Both.
Both?
I have in-house counsel memberships where it's ongoing, and then I have some that are just flat fee basis one-time hires.
Okay, so it's different for everyone, okay. Can you do me a favor and turn mine up?
Yeah, everything about the packages and things like that, it's custom made.
Okay, so you have packages, we should talk about that.
So it's all custom made.
Custom.
So it depending on the business size, I have.
Are you okay with talking about that?
No, absolutely, yeah.
Okay.
And the more hours they purchase in advance, the more discounted they are. But like I said, if it's just sort of a one-time contract, I'll usually quote a flat fee basis for everything they need to go up front.
Right.
And then as time goes on, if they need me again, we'll talk at that time.
Because they're gonna grow,
Mhm.
right? Mm-hmm.
Yep.
That's interesting, but, the best time to call you is in the beginning, right?
Yes,
Mm-hmm.
preferably, yes.
Preferably.
Whether or not they hire, just speaking to an attorney to understand the nuances, like the bank said about the commingling of funds. A lot of people don't understand that.
I know.
So just having that free consultation and upfront knowledge of everything.
Mm. It's interesting. Especially, I didn't plan that out I didn't plan it.
Oh,
it
it's
was just,
different.
yeah.
Yeah.
So welcome back, everyone. We're talking with Korey Bahme, and she's the owner and managing attorney of BAHME Law, business attorney, right? And at the break, we always talk to Facebook Lad a little bit, and talking a little bit about some of the packages that you have, and they're customized packages to meet your needs. Let's talk about that a little tiny bit.
Absolutely. So when I get a consultation or a phone call, typically what happens is I ask and assess what their need is. Whether it's just a couple of contracts in the beginning, I usually quote a flat fee basis for that purpose. If it's a business and they need that ongoing attorney representation. I have different packages, so there's four different levels technically. The way that it works is they purchase hours in advance, sort of like the old school retainer. The more hours they purchase, the more discounted they are. The good thing about my hours is it's not use it or lose it, it's always use it. So it rolls over month to month, year to year. A lot of business attorneys here in Arizona, they do it a subscription basis where if you don't use your hours by the end of the month, you just lose them.
That's not good.
No, and that's one reason why when I started mine, that was the biggest thing that I wanted to do is I want to provide that value for you. And as small businesses, you may not need me all the time. Or for instance, I had one client who purchased 4 hours in advance. We used those within a week. We didn't realize a lot of litigation came up, a lot of things happened. They reached out to me and said, can we purchase 12 hours, but like as if we purchased 12 hours in the beginning and get that discount? And I said, absolutely. And I was glad that they talked to me about it. Again, I want to be that value, I want to be that service. So I'm very open, all the hours and things like that are customized based off of the need of the business.
She does free consultations. She works statewide. You can check her out on her website, which is BAHME, BAHME law.com. So a lot of small businesses, they often try to handle contracts or compliance on their own. I don't know how they do that, but what do you think about that?
Yes, the contracts, a lot of people are using ChatGPT, or even LegalZoom, things of that nature. And again, we go back to, you don't know what you don't know. These AI services provide you with a template, and it's not customized to your business or what you're doing. What I often see is business owners end up being in breach of their own agreements because they don't understand what is in it. With compliance matters, I've seen it where, for instance, this goes back to sometimes people don't know how to use me. So a business had OSHA come in, and they didn't tell me till about 9 months after, and had they told me in the beginning, I would have been able to tell them that OSHA was overstepping their bounds. So it didn't cause any harm to the business owner, but it cost a lot of time and effort and energy on their behalf because of everything that was going on. Whereas if they had called me from the beginning, I would have been able to help them navigate the situation, and it would have been able to get finished a lot sooner.
Well, you know, in my opinion, anybody that is in business, if you're starting a business, we had talked about this early, get involved with somebody who can help you early on.
Correct.
Right? And listen, forming a business, you sometimes do need an attorney doing it correctly.
Absolutely. Also just understanding the nuances of the banking, commingling of funds, obtaining that EIN, and just talking about the different corporate structures, because as we mentioned as well, with the LLCs, you can have an LLC that's taxed as an S Corp. You can have just an S Corp, or you can have a C Corp. And there's different nuances with each of them, or whether or not to do a holdings company and have subsidiaries. There's all different ways that you can go about it.
Yes, and what she says that she likes to do is be a plethora of information for you, and also to be able to know that you have somebody that you can talk to and find out, what's going on with this, right? And it's awful when you get somebody that is, let's say, telling you that you did something wrong, right? And you try and handle it yourself. And also, it's a lot of people are in business with friends.
Oh, yes.
People are in business with family members. You said, oh yes. So, that is sometimes you need, and oh my God, what about husbands and wives?
Yes, partnership agreement for all of them, buy-sell provisions, and you don't always have to have a separate buy-sell agreement. You can have buy-sell provisions in your partnership agreement or operating agreement, so it's all in one, but definitely get those in place and talk about it in the beginning.
Oh, yes.
I've had a lot of business owners and I've sat down with them, and it's funny, I'll ask a question and then they sort of argue between themselves, and then they look at me with their answer, and I just thank them. And they always apologize, and I say, no, you need to have these conversations, and they're tough conversations, but if you can have them from the beginning and have this sort of level head about everything, when a dispute arises, you already know what's going to happen. You've
Right.
already done all the work, so again, you don't have to waste time, money, and energy in the future.
And here's the thing, you also have to, when you're starting a business, you also have to have the end in mind.
Yes.
And I know that you need an attorney for that too. Let's say you want to sell, I know that you do that as well. But forming it all and make sure that you have that all in place, right, when you want to sell it.
Absolutely, yes.
Mhm.
The exit strategies are huge. We usually say you definitely need an exit plan at least 5 years before you
Yeah.
exit your business.
Mhm.
But yeah, if you don't talk to an attorney early on, or if you don't understand all the exit strategies that exist, such as the ESOP, having your employees own part of the company, selling to an employee, insurance options for the sale, or for the buyout, there's private equity, there's people within your own industry that you saw as a competitor, you can sell your business to them. If you don't know your options and you think, I don't know, I'm just gonna wind down my business, you just lost a lot of value.
You have no idea, and that's what we talked about earlier, you don't know what you don't
Yes.
know, right? Now, you have one here, I wanna let you kinda answer this. What's one misconception that you'd like to clear up about working with a law firm as a business owner?
That you're too small to have an attorney. Oftentimes, you are too small to have an in-house attorney full staff and on salary, absolutely. But it is manageable to have an attorney that you can just pick up the phone and call. A lot of law firms here in the area, we all offer similar packages. Find the attorney that works best for you and fits your business and have that conversation with them. I don't know how many businesses I have dealt with that they think they're small and then a dispute comes up. If something comes up and you're a small business owner, you're a solopreneur, that can disrupt your whole business. You could go out of business because of one little problem, where an attorney can possibly either one, help to prevent it in the beginning by helping you get your ducks in a row,
Mhm.
or when the issue arises, immediately stepping in and helping you handle it maybe in a better way or better position, so that way you don't just walk away from your business.
Making you feel better,
Yes.
because if you feel lousy about something and you're nervous about it, it is, oh my God, your mind just keeps on going and going and going.
And it won't stop. I don't know
Right.
how many clients too, they say they sat up day and night and they
Right.
think about something constantly, and then they give me a call. I'm like, oh, I should have done this days ago. And I
Right.
say, yes, you should
I
have.
should have done this sooner. How many
Yes.
people say that to you? I'm sure
A lot. But it's that peace of mind, yes.
So let's talk about what's most rewarding with you personally, and with how you serve the small business owners out there.
The most rewarding for me is seeing the businesses grow. I opened my firm about 1.5 years ago now, just a little over that. And I've had clients and business owners that have been on my in-house counsel packages for just about the same length of time. And
That's
seeing
awesome.
them expand and grow and seeing the opportunities that they have just been incredible. I network with almost all of my clients. I see them in the community all the time. They're inviting me to their businesses or their events and their grand openings, and it's so exciting to see them be excited and not have to worry about anything else.
You know, when it comes to starting a business, first of all, it's so exciting in itself, right? And you're excited about it, and it doesn't matter how big or how small. In the long run, it's all done the same, right? Many ways, a lot of it is done the same. You might have, I'm sure, different ways of doing it, but they come up with, whether you're small or large, you can come up with some of the same issues.
Oh, absolutely, yes, you
Right.
face similar
I mean,
issues.
I'm not talking about big things.
Well,
but
even
I'm saying-
small businesses can face some big legal risk and challenges. So absolutely, whether you're big or small, you face a lot of risk. And again, you won't know. So if you have an attorney on staff or that you can reach out to or that you network with and have that peace of mind, it's a lot, it's everything.
Now, here's another thing I gotta ask, because, a lot of people think about LegalZoom, or, I don't know, there's another few of them out there, and, or, I don't remember the other one right now, that, people will go, oh, I got an attorney,
Yes.
I'm sorry, it's not the same. What are your thoughts on that?
I agree with you. It's absolutely not.
It's really not, and you know what, she does free consultations. I think the first thing too is also sitting down and finding out, do we gel, right?
Yes,
Right, that is
absolutely.
number one, and if it could happen to me, it could happen to anybody, and when you've got a business, whether you're just starting or you've been in business for a while, you may come up with needing an attorney, all right? You might be big enough where you need one right there on staff. Her phone number to call, put it in your phone, is 602-806-7182. She does free consultations, she's statewide. Check her out, it's BAHME, BAHME law.com.